Namaskaram to all viewers of JyothirMaarg. Dear viewers, today we will cover the 9th and 10th chapters of Devi Mahatmyam. In the last episode, we saw how Devi brought an end to the multitudes of Raktabijasuras who were increasing in number while he was still fighting with Devi. Now, this is chapter 9. Listening to the Rishi's rendering of how Raktabijasura was slain by Devi with the help of Ma Bhadragali, King Surada said like this. This is very breathtaking and divine. I am very eager to listen to Devi Mahatmyam further in detail. After Raktabijasura was killed, what did the powerful Sumbha do? To this question, Rishi Sumedhas replied like this. On hearing the news about the death of Raktabija, the brothers Sumbha and Nisumbha came to the forefront of the army, surrounded by 10 lakh Asura soldiers. Beyond them came an endless army of Asuras, consisting of many mighty Asura commanders and all the 4 sections of soldiers, horsemen, chariots and elephants. They marched forward, accompanied by the loud noise of conch shells, mridanga and war drums. And then Sumbha and Nisumbha engaged themselves in a direct combat with Ambika Devi for 100 long years. Devi countered them and went on destroying all their weapons. Then Nisumbha came closer to Amba Devi with his sword and shield and wielded his sword on Devi's Vahan, the mighty lion. That very same moment, Devi broke his sword and shield into pieces with sharp arrows. Then he used the powerful weapon Shakti on Devi, which also Devi cut into pieces with her chakra. Then he used his shool on Devi, and with a blow of her hand, Devi broke it also into pieces. Thereafter, he used the mace, which also Devi turned into ashes with her trishul. While he was still advancing with an axe in his hand, Devi showered arrows on him, as a result of which Nisumbha lost his senses and fell down. Seeing his brother in an unconscious state, Sumbha came forward in a chariot with different weapons in his 8 hands. Devi blew her shankha and made very fierce sounds with her bowstring. The air was filled with these sounds and their vibrations and the roars of Devi's Vahan, the lion. So also, time and again, Chandika Devi and Bhadragali Devi made the Asura army also tremble with their lion roars. Then the Devas and Rishis started worshipping Devi from the skies. The Asura army was perishing very fast, seeing which the proud Sumbha got very angry. Coming forward with immense force, Sumbhasura wielded his powerful Shakti at Devi, but Devi cut it into pieces effortlessly. In extreme anger and despair, Sumbha roared again and again. Meanwhile, Chandika Devi used her shool, which hit Sumbha and he fell down unconscious. At this point, Nisumbha woke up from his temporary blank and with his bow filled the skies with his arrows. Then he directed those arrows to Devi and her Vahan, the lion, and on Bhadragali Devi. But Devi destroyed those arrows also in no time. Now, Nisumbha was seen with 10,000 hands, with chakra, that is the disc, in all those 10,000 hands. Now he directed all those chakras on Devi and on the lion and on Bhadragali. Devi used her bow so fast and swift that arrows went off like flashes of lightning and all the 10,000 chakras were broken into pieces in no time. Then he took up a mace, which is the Gada, and Devi with her powerful sword cut that mace also into pieces. Now Nisumbha approached Devi with a shool, but before he could use it, Devi with her divine and cosmic powers pierced his heart with her shool. From that opening caused by Devi's shool emerged a male, saying, "Wait, wait," to Devi. With no waste of time, that most auspicious Ambika Devi cut off his head and then his body fell down, shaking the earth with the impact of that fall. Devi's Vahan, the lion, destroyed Nisumbha's chariot and horses, and Bhadragali Devi finished off the Asura army, swallowing them in huge numbers. With every sprinkling of the holy water from Brahmani Devi's Kamandalu, a large section of the Asura army got destroyed. Kaumari Devi, with her powerful weapon Shakti, killed and destroyed endless Asuras. Maheshwari Devi, using her trident, caused mass destruction to the Asura army. Varahi Devi, with the use of her sharp horns, went on reducing the strength of the Asura army very fast. Vaishnavi Devi, with her chakra, cut off the heads of the Asuras one after another. Narasimhi, with her sharp claws and teeth, maimed and devastated the Asuras. Aindri Devi, using Vajrayudha, killed the mightiest of Asura heroes and soldiers. The rest of the countless Asura army was finished off by the fearful Bhadrakali Devi, Chandika Devi's Vahan the lion, and the powerful Chandika Devi herself. Thus ends the 9th chapter of our rendering of Devi Mahatmyam. Chapter 10. Seeing the death of his brother Nisumbha and the total annihilation of his powerful army, Sumbha got very upset and angry, and he spoke to Devi like this: "What did you gain now, you coward woman? Didn't you fight against me with the strength and support of so many others around you?" Hearing Sumbha's words, Devi said, "What do you know about my strength, you fool? Who is there in all the three worlds as powerful as me? Now you see, in front of you only, all my aids will enter me." Then all the female goddesses, the Saptamadas, starting with Brahmani Devi, entered and disappeared inside Devi's body. Now all alone, that Devi told Sumbha, "See, now I don't have anyone to help me. You may now mobilize all your strength and face me in battle, one against one." Then that Sumbha started fighting Devi with all his capabilities, powers and resources. In front of all the Devas and Asuras who were watching the war, they rained arrows on each other. Both of them countered and destroyed each other's weapons. They fought with such might and force that the battle became extremely fierce. Then they started using the divine weapons or the Divyastras. Like that, the war continued for 1,000 divine years. Those Devas and Rishis who were watching the battle from the skies said to each other, "Never has there been a battle like this before, and there will never again be a battle like this in the future also." While they were talking like this, Sumbha covered Devi with arrows. But Devi destroyed them all and then broke his bow also into pieces. Then he took the most powerful weapon Shakti, but before he could use it on Devi, Amba cut it off with the chakra. Now Sumbha came forward with his sword and shield, and Devi destroyed his weapons and chariot also with the charioteer and the horses. Then he took out a weapon called Mulgara, which also Devi destroyed with arrows. Now that he didn't have any weapons anymore, he landed a mighty blow on Devi's body with his bare hands. In return, Devi also, using her shul, gave a powerful blow to Sumbha, which made him fall down. Getting up fast, he caught Devi in his hands and lifted Devi up into the skies, and then they continued to fight there in the skies. After a while, Devi, swinging him round with her hands, threw Sumbha down on the earth. Getting up fast, while he was still approaching Devi with clenched fists, that powerful and divine Chandika Devi pierced his body deep and hard with her shul. And then Sumbha's lifeless body fell on the surface of the earth. The impact of that fall shook the earth with all the islands and oceans in it. Devas and Rishis were happy now, and the sun started shining with full radiance. Gandharvas and Kinnaras started singing, and beautiful Apsara nymphs started dancing to their music. All worlds rejoiced and celebrated the death of the wicked demon Sumbha. Thus ends the 10th chapter of our rendering of Devi Mahatmyam.